welcome to episode 12 of Moments with Mantsoe. My name is Mantsoe, and thank you so much for joining us again. 12 episodes in, and this one is also one of my very special ones because it's one of my favorite people. She hails all the way from the northern province. I'm kidding.
That's not what it's called.
What do they call it?
It's Limpopo.
No, it's Limpopo, but like I have a friend from Limpopo who says from the true north or from the real north.
Yeah, well, it's the true north.
It's the true north.
It's not the northern province.
Okay, the true north of South Africa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
From Limpopo. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks.
Umuntu
No, vele.
Umuntu, I love this hair on you. How are you doing? I like this book. I'm glad you brought it. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
I want us to talk about the book before we get anywhere else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Before we even get to everything, because I know that this book is a memoir. It's got a lot of the stories
Yes.
some of the things that we'll be touching on today.
Okay.
But talk to me about the importance of writing this book.
I wanted to be famous. Okay, I'm kidding.
Ah.
That's
The
not the
book
reason.
came way after the fame.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like when you're trying to find a reason. No, basically, I write a lot.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, people don't know that I
Yeah.
write a lot. I do write a lot. So I decided, let me write short stories, a memoir of my of my life. Make it short, sweet. It mustn't be long-winded. And yeah, it must just be fun. I write like I speak.
And you're very funny. So if you write the way you speak here.
Yeah, like a lot of people, they say they read the book in my voice. And I think that is so hilarious.
Yes.
And
Let's put it here.
yeah, so don't worry, it doesn't have any complicated big English words.
Yes.
Please, I'm not that white.
Yes.
I don't know English as much as people
nothing
think.
like
I-
this.
No, yeah, I don't have to. I don't have to say perhaps if I can say maybe. Like, excuse me, why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about the writing thing. Where does it come from? Was it something that was encouraged at home growing up, or it's something that you just picked up on Zohol?
No, I started writing from primary school. They used to encourage us to write little stories, comprehension, essays, whatever. And I also think I fight better when I'm writing. I'm those ones with the long texts. Don't irritate me. You will wake up to, yeah. Because when I talk to you with my mouth, I don't want to be like stuttering and going like, I sit down, I wake up at 4 and I draft that thing. When you wake up at 6:30, it's in your inbox.
The storyteller that you are, because being able to write is also something that it's not like everyone that's a good storyteller can write,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Some people can perform what's
Yeah,
written
they can
for them.
orate, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where does it come from, being able to not just write, but telling stories?
I'm a good storyteller.
Yeah, but where does it come from at
And
home?
I think both my parents are very good storytellers. I think my dad is more a serious storyteller with a lot of humor and sarcasm. Yeah, but my mother is that one that when she says we went to the shop, it's not one sentence.
Detailed.
It was like, hey, Katsoga, I put on my shoes. You know the blue ones, you know the blue shoes. Ne? Then after wearing my blue shoes, I went downstairs and I was like, no, you know what? Let me rather wear a hat. I went up the stairs. I wore my
You're still
hat.
waiting to know what happened at the shops.
No, we're not there yet. She's still gathering herself within the
Yes.
house. So she paints a picture. By the time she's done, you know exactly how she looked like. You know exactly how the weather was like, and you know how many people she met. And then you say, "Wahopola mama kafola," and you're like, "Oh, la man,
Story
oh,
for Mama
so."
Kafola has its
Then
own
it
story.
goes, and then she tells you who Mama Kafola is. By the time we came back, then we got to the shops. That's 20 minutes later.
Let's talk Rami growing up. One thing I know about you, and I think when I've had conversations with you, is you from a very vibrant family.
Yes.
The energy we see from you is how your family is, but you always say it's even more when we
No,
meet
it
your
is
family.
completely.
But you're also from a family that's very loving and loud and amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me about Rami growing up. What was your place in all of that?
I think I'm the Beyonce of the family.
Everyone thinks they're the Beyonce of the family.
No, but I think my mother is the Beyonce of the family.
Yeah.
My mother is like the star of the
Yes.
show. Okay. And my father lets us like just be.
Run around him.
But yeah, run around him. But I've got crazy brothers, I've got amazing sisters. And when everybody tells their stories, they're so funny. They're so
Yes.
funny. I think my eldest sister, the one that I come after, she is funny, and she's the one who knows everybody. She's the one who does family funerals, family weddings, and I said, this we must go. This we can, there's no need, I will go and all of that. She knows everybody, especially like from the history of the family. And my younger sister, she's the one who's like, in fact, we call her the Beyonce of the family. She's the one who is more sophisticated, more grounded.
A little more refined.
More refined. She's the legal mind. Of course, she's a lawyer, so obviously. So she is the one who is more structured. Then my brother that comes after her, yo,
He's the party time.
Boy, no, that one is like my mother's replica. And he's crazy. He's funny.
Something that I love about your family that you've told me was that you guys really take the 31st of December seriously.
Yes.
You're not a big on Christmas family.
No.
The 31st.
No, we have to all be together.
You all have to be home on the 31st.
Yes,
It doesn't matter what's happening.
No.
Where did that culture start? Before we get to how you celebrate it,
yeah.
What do you remember about that day being that special, even growing up? Where did that start?
No, I mean, in Limpopo, guys, we have kind of like in the cricket. What do you call them?
Fireworks.
Fireworks. Yes, we have fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody's like thinking about someone's dog.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Everyone, I know. We don't have issues with the SPCA. The whole street becomes alive, and you just see the sky
Lights
at
and
that
colours.
time. It becomes so bright. I swear, you'd think it's during the day because everybody is doing all of that.
And it's been like that since you were a kid.
It's been like that since we were kids. We know that it doesn't matter what you're up to. You can be in Dubai for all we care. But on the 31st of December, you're home, and then we cook, we eat, and at like 11 o'clock or something, then we pray so that we can have a safe crossover and everything. And that days when my father, you can see like 3 minutes left, and my mother is dying. She wants to strangle him because she wants the first.
She's within.
She wants the first cricket to go at 12.
Oh, your dad is busy praying.
And
Your
then
mom
he's
is
busy
thinking,
praying, and my mother's like, ha. So every year it is always like, "Skato Sara Senyacha now, man. We mustn't waste that time. Can we pray quickly?"
Oh wow.
And then he always says like, "Yeah, I know you guys are like already thinking about 12 o'clock. It's fine, I'm gonna finish. Okay, let us pray." But we do that, and then after that we all go outside. But before we do that, my mother would have lined up, and my three brother would have lined up the fireworks already, so that at 12 we just light.
You showed me a video of your family on Christmas, on New Year's.
On New Year's, yeah. It's crazy, right?
I'm hoping we can get that video so we can put it here, right? I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And I think
it looks like Dubai fireworks.
You can't believe it, but like it's just the entire street. But what I saw is just your family, and I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Yes, cricket 31st, but I was also scared of fireworks, so I was never really like entertaining them.
Yeah.
And we had to watch my dad do it half the time. La Musheba, come on. That's what I'm So I never really cared for them.
Yeah.
But when I saw a video of your family,
yeah,
and how elaborate it is,
yeah,
but also you have other people coming to watch it like it's a show, at your house.
Yeah. Yes.
Has your mom ever told you why that fascinates her? Because she's really the person in the
She's actually, it's my mom's thing.
Yes.
It's I don't know. I think maybe she didn't have cricket when she was growing up. I don't know.
She's doing the most now.
She's doing the most. She is doing the most. I mean, by the time we hit December, she doesn't even wait for December last weekend. No. As soon as the fireworks are available, go to shop, my mother starts buying. And you'll be looking for a tin of baked beans and you won't find it because there's a stack of fireworks in the pantry. Because she really, really goes to town.
Do your kids and your siblings' kids get into it as well?
Everybody gets into it. The only person who doesn't like fireworks is my second daughter.
Yes.
Tateng hates it. She goes and she sits, like she goes to the
Same.
to the opposite side of the house. And then she'll be like, "Oh, I know you guys will be busy getting fireworks. You'll let me know when you're done."
Yeah. I'm like that.
Yeah. But everyone else is just like, and the kids will be running out with the starlights, doing this. Yeah, it's
I once burnt my cousin with that starlight thing as a kid.
Oh, they burnt you?
Yeah.
But they don't care. They carry on. I'm better. Give me another one. Ouch. That's how they do it. No.
You have a lot of stories of your family that you've shared, right? And I think every time I've seen you and we've hung out in our personal spaces, I always ask you about your family because
Yeah.
it's fascinating also how you light up when you talk about your family.
Yeah.
Let's talk a relationship of you and your siblings because it's also just remarkable.
Yeah.
But over the years, you have kept a relationship like that with people that you were born with.
Yes.
Rahola and people, you know, like you, I still love you, but we don't keep in contact that much.
Yeah.
You and your siblings are really, really close.
Yes. And we have a WhatsApp group.
Was that like something, Rahola, that was insisted upon, or is it because you just really get each other? You like each other's first friends in the real sense of the word.
Yes. I think we're each other's first friends. And also because we're all in each other's faces. There's 6 of us and there's so much.
But I think that's
so
what fascinates me because especially if the 6 of you, a person can have one friend within their siblings and then other ones, you know, I love you, but we don't have to talk all the time. But you guys have
we talk all the time.
Tight relationship.
Yeah, we talk all the time. So we've got partners, we've got a family WhatsApp group with our partners, spouses, and everyone. Then we've got our own siblings, like these ones.
They don't even know about this real group. This is the real group.
Like this one's wife, this one's husband. What does she mean? What does he say? Guys, no, let's talk about that. Then we've got, out of the siblings, then we've got a sisters group. Just the 3 girls.
How many groups are you in?
Your brother. And there's a lot. We've got family group and we've got La Familia group as well, and we've got siblings group. And we've got
there's probably a group that you're not in. The 3 faves that's called fam.
No,
you're just not part of it. You just don't know.
No. There's the fam is the 3 girls. Yeah, we are the fixers.
So
we are the ones
cool.
who are fixing the country.
Do you try as siblings with your own children to try pass this on, because you guys can have a relationship?
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
they have
but
their
your
own
children
WhatsApp group
can
and they
have-
talk about us. The kids, we call them the Mvela League.
Yes.
Well, that's what they call themselves, you know. And I mean, we were together just yesterday. Botsilo is a ballerina, so she had a show at the State Theatre. So they all came.
Wow.
You know, the nieces, then the cousins, the nieces and the nephews. They're all there. They show each other support and everything. So that there's a bigger group of the ones who were born in the 90s. So Kifilo and Tateng, Khecha, Chokofajo, Libitsi, like they've got
The
their
young
own
adults.
Then there's a smaller one with Botselo, Aranga, Moteo, and all of that. And it's only Kaya who doesn't have a WhatsApp
No,
group.
Kaya's though.
Yeah, she's 2, but she'll
Like-
tell you, what's your Wi-Fi
She
password?
calls you.
And she calls me all the time.
Kaya's Rami's grandchild, okay?
Yes.
The one time we were driving somewhere, don't worry about it. And I was driving in Rami's car. We were a couple of people in different cars. And your Kaya called to ask, when are you coming home?
Yes, her favorite line this week is like, when are you coming to chill with me?
What's your relationship like with Kaya?
No, it's amazing. She's
it
my
looks so
best friend.
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely my best friend. Yeah. And then she'll tell me, and she knows when people are drinking alcohol, and she knows which alcohol people are drinking. Yeah, the red one is like, is that uncle's wine? And then she also learned. I think she was with her dad. She learned a very weird word.
Yes.
But she wanted, when she wants to show off, she started a weird sentence like, "What are you doing?" "I'm eating." "So are you also drinking?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm drinking water." "Oh, you're not drinking Tanqueray?" I'm like,
my God.
she knows. She has discovered the word Tanqueray. So when yeah. And then the other day we're eating, on Sunday we had lunch, and she's like, "Is Acha available?"
Oh, available is the new word.
Yes, of course. She knows all these big words, and when she knows how to use it. "I know your Apple ID password." She wants to show you that.
What's it like watching your daughter raise her daughter?
Yeah, it's incredible. She's an amazing mom.
She is. I love her.
I think she's doing such an amazing work. Yeah, and that days like, I didn't even do that. You know, I was running around doing other things, but she really, really makes time. Like even when she decides what job to take, what opportunity, whatever, she centers it and considers her child first. And I think that is like one of the most beautiful thing ever. Yeah, and also she's got a working mom.
Yes.
I left my kids with my mother.
Say.
I was like, good luck.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's also working mom vibes.
Yeah.
But it's also great because then you have a great relationship with your daughters, and
Yeah.
you're a mom of girls.
Yes.
Your home is girls.
It's girls all the time.
Love it.
Girls.
How's it going for you?
It's going well. I mean, Butilo is in the house
Yeah.
now, and she was telling me that she might have. You dropped your coaster.
Yeah.
She wants to go to a get to know each other date.
Aww.
I'm like, with who? But you know, you must still throw in that you must still throw in that strict parent thing. With who? Do I know him?
Get to know.
Who are you getting to know this person? What does he do? How old is he?
Aww.
So where is it?
No, Rami, don't do that.
No. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna say no, but I must ask the hard question with a serious face.
Yeah.
I can't be like, oh my God, you're going to no. Where are you going? And I'm like, okay, suppose she can go.
But what's it like? Get to know each other dates.
Yeah. She goes to get to know each other dates. Then the day she comes, it's like, I didn't like him.
No.
And no. I'm at interviews.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
We've touched on Rami, you know, with your family and your children and how that's going. But being a working mom.
Yeah.
And the hard decision and there's a lot of mom guilt. I was speaking to my cousin about this. She says being a working mom is so hard because you can't fight the mom guilt.
No, you can't.
You feel like I'm missing out, but you also have to work with the same people. How was that experience for you? Because at a young age where you were working mom, but also you were building your own career that needed your attention, mom or not. How was that experience?
It was hard, but it had to be done. It's like, we'll make it up as we go. We'll make up for the time. You know, because at the end of the day, fees need to be paid. They need to go to school trips, you know, and my girls also went to boarding. That's another thing that kind of helped me because I didn't mind. Ntateng hated boarding, but Kifilo was fine and Watsulu was fine at boarding. But I went to boarding when I was 10. So I was like, I winged it. So you guys must wing it too. Also, it gives me time to work.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they've been there through all the ups and downs and they kind of understand how I work. The only person who's actually getting to enjoy me is Kaya. Because
that's true.
Yeah, she's the only one who's getting all the benefits. And the girls, they complain, they're like, yo, guys, Kaya's the only favorite person in the house.
Literally. Kaya's actually having all the time that everyone else didn't have.
She is. No, Kaya make time. I'll leave my house, I'll go find Kaya and we go eat out. And the other time I took her out on her first train trip and she was calling everybody, I'm on the train. Yeah. Yo, she was so excited. And she was excited. She can see all the cars at the bottom and she's at the top. And she enjoyed, I mean, and her first flight, well, she went with her parents and all of that. But she loves those kind. Kaya thinks everybody has money.
Life is an adventure for her.
Yeah. And she doesn't understand when you say you don't have money.
Yes.
Like, but what? Oh no, but I have money. Yesterday she brought me her piggy bank, a little elephant piggy bank. It's like, oh, here's my money, just coins. I'm like, how much is like? It's 400 rand. I'm like, right.
That's not money.
It's not more than 500. It's not more than 5 rand in there, but carry on. It's 400 rand.
Let's talk young Rami growing up.
Yeah.
In Polokwane. What kind of child were you?
I think I was the naughtiest, and it had nothing to do with me. It was just those things like trouble just liked me. No, seriously. You know when everyone is busy throwing stuff around.
How was the thing?
When it breaks, you're the one who's like, and
then they catch you, and then
you're the one who gets caught, and they just thought it has been you all the time. You know, weird trouble used to just find me, and I really hated that. You know, and I was always the last one. Yeah, but
because Kolong, if we were to speak to your ex-teachers and ex-schoolmates, what would they say?
They'll say, I really, really liked myself. Okay, a lot of teachers didn't like me. And I'll tell you, it wasn't because I was naughty. You know, back in the day, you know, there was so much classism. I was a very dark child.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm still dark and all of that. But back then, you know, when you grow up, you are darker than dark. And as you start getting a bit of a glow up, you know, like the real glow up, not the bleach glow up, like the real one that comes with maturity and growth. You start getting into your own skin, it stretches a bit. you get a bit of fat, and then wanata, kaspedi bara onatile. It's like you have now, like it's when you've got
grown
like a
into
glow,
yourself.
you've grown into yourself,
Okay.
you know? And I didn't even used to have a lot of hair. But now I've got lots of hair. There's a point where I would cut my hair all the time and it will just grow back. But then I had like 12 little strands, you know, and there's like isolation. You can't even, you know. So I was just like one of those kids, man. Like I was just dry and ashy, you know. And my parents really, really tried, but I was just like the driest and the ashiest of the kids.
Did the teachers make you feel like that?
Yes. And you know
That
when
is
they
so
call, they're like,
hectic.
that black one there, hey, yeah, wena, hey, Mantsoe,
Mantsoe,
hey, wena, Mantsoe, come, go fetch a duster next door. So they'll give you all the difficult tasks. And,
What was the wrong?
and then, yeah, you have to be the strong one. Someone's on the gate when you don't like, no, the school gate, go close the gate, go do this, go do this. It's like, I was just like,
That
I
is
know that
so sick.
And the funny thing is, no, but that's how primary school used to be back then. Remember, this is when our teachers used to wear, they used to put the cream on their faces. They were trying to look lighter in complexion. Woo, he man, she man. Kind of king. Not, I almost said Shira, but I know it wasn't Shira.
Is it a cream?
Like, yeah, there was, there's so many creams, man. Skin lightening creams, though. I remember there used to be with Snow White and all of that. And everyone was trying to be light in complexion, and they used to wear big wigs, even if sometimes it's Afro wigs or wavy wigs. But everyone was just trying to look colored, for lack of a better word. And now we are kids, and then you just like, I look like that dress, and I'm just like, you know. And the funny thing is that in school, I used to be one of the best singers in school, right? But they would never put me in the front line. They would put the lighter ones in front, and I would lead from the second row.
What?
You know, because I didn't look appropriate.
Rami, that's not okay.
I know it wasn't. No, it wasn't okay. And it used to drive my father crazy. And also because my dad is light in complexion. So you can just imagine.
Yes.
Because I actually looked like my mom. My mom was dark in complexion, sorry. But because also then my mom as a teacher, she also used to use skin lightening cream. And she actually looked nice, you know. But and one of the things that I actually write about in the book, there's a chapter I touch on that, where then you put face cream, but then, you know, when you put face cream, you do this, right? But then the cream is not on your lips. Then you've got the darkest lips.
Is that why everyone looks
yes,
like that?
That's why everyone had dark
I literally
lips.
know someone growing up that looks like that.
It's because you couldn't put the cream on your lips. You know, even my mom had dark lips, but like a fair complexion and everything. And eventually, when the creams were starting to get bent, and then everyone shamed factory settings.
Back to Do you remember
how black can you go?
Do you remember that having a real effect on you as a kid, right? Because a lot of the times I think when we think about things retrospectively, you realize that was wrong, but I don't remember how I felt about it at the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember that making you feel small as a child?
I remember some of the feelings because my elder sister is light in complexion. Yeah. She looks like my dad, right? In complexion. And Julie, my younger one, my younger sister, she is kind of like in the middle, you know? And there used to be these stray Macy's, you know, at different weddings. I write about it, actually. I think it's one of the chapters.
I really want to read this book.
I think it's the Mama I Made It chapter. And in fact, that's how, that whole incident, that's how I actually discovered that I can actually become a performer. So I write about that chapter. So my aunt was getting married. My sister, my mom's younger sister. And because Matsidi, my elder sister, used to be a straight, she had beautiful, beautiful hair. You know, those nice pom-poms. Yeah, you know, yeah. And she would wear white, thick pantyhose or red pantyhose with white boots. You know, she looked, remember how Bonnie M used to look with the afro? Matsidi used to look like that. And then I'll come with my
barely their hair.
Yeah, like microscope you know. And then I looked different. And Julie, when she came, she also didn't have a lot of hair. But my other aunt from my dad's side, really took time to just grow her hair. And she had this beautiful, beautiful afro. So at my aunt's wedding, I thought I was going to be the stray Macy. Did they not skip me? And
because then there's Mantsoe and then the you.
Yeah, so by default, me, I was already excited.
Yes.
Finally. No, and it didn't happen. So also, it didn't happen not only because I didn't have cool hair, but also I had gotten taller. I was already 9.
Ugh.
So, you know.
Now you look like you're 14.
So, exactly. So now I'm too tall to be standing there. So it only made sense for Julie to be the flower girl. But at that time, I didn't look at it like that. I mean, now this is in retrospect. In fact, come to think of it, I don't think I was the right fit. But I was so upset. I was so upset that they
Why didn't you
they
pick
skipped
me?
me.
Yeah.
They picked me. And even when some of my cousins and all of when they got married, they never used to pick me. Even in my old Danyana state, the first time I was destroyed was because someone pulled out and they needed a replacement quickly.
And you were like,
and
I guess it's my turn.
And I was a size 4, and the dress was like a size 14, and they had to cut it in half basically for me to fit.
Even the moment you got it, it was still a lot of admin.
Yeah. That night, my mother didn't sleep. Scare, cutting machine, trying to fix the dress, you know. And but back to my aunt's wedding. Then also, I mean, I'm like thinking, I've got rhythm, I've got a beat. They're practicing the steps, I'm practicing with them. In my mind, I'm thinking, maybe by some God's mysterious and miraculous ways, I might end up being part of the bridal party. Doesn't happen. Whereas their colors were blue and white, and my mom bought me a pink dress.
I'm really.
Could you stick with the color scheme, something? Fine. Okay, good. Then they were, what's about Komanyalong? Everyone goes to the pictures. We're gonna take photos, blah blah blah. And when they left to take pictures, the DJ, for some strange reason, stayed and he was just playing music in the hall while they're now giving the elders some food because now it's in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's and my aunt's wedding was big. It was at the hall. It was at the community hall in Seshego. So, and that was like the hall. If you could have an event there, clearly you had a plan. So when they had gone to the pictures to take photos, the DJ played music and there was this boy. He was wearing like, back then we didn't call them Converse, we called them Decats only the black ones.
Okay.
We called those ones Decats. And then he was wearing Converse, Dickies pants, kahempenyana. He got into the stage and he started dancing. And I'm looking at him going, this guy sharp akasimpale, you know. But I didn't want to go up onto the stage. But he kind of saw, no man, this kid wants to come and dance.
I think she's competing with me.
And then he pulled me up. He pulled me up onto the stage and I danced. That was when Sipho Babuse's Burnout had just come out. Okay?
What?
And I danced to that song. And weirdly enough, one of the videographers had stayed and they took a video of that whole performance. And as I was dancing, people started throwing money at me. You know, those big purple 5 rand, blue 2 rand, thick 1 rand. It was this big, 50 cents, 20 cents, 5 cents.
You were making
I remember
money.
I had money in I had to put my dress like this to put money inside. Right? And yeah. And that was the day I knew that I can actually do something crazy on stage and people are going to pay me for it. And that's the day I found out that I'm going to be a performer.
How old were you? 14?
I was 9.
9?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Do you have a conversation with your parents about the possibility of performing then? Because now it's stuck in your head, but I imagine you don't have the language to say,
already,
I wanna...
At that time, I've always known that I think I can do something. They knew I was okay, first of all, we all sing at home.
Yeah.
We have like a family choir. We had... Well, we sing December 31st with the right amount. And my sister always wants to lead. My elder sister. But Tiri always wants to lead the songs. And she's horrible.
She's got a good backing vocalist.
And then sometimes she starts the songs that we don't know. And Nali Julie Le Boy, we're like, Matsida. She's another song. I'm crying.
You are.
Yo, because she's so funny. We record her. We record her. We record her singing.
There's something in my bag.
Because at that time, she thinks she's amazing. The following day, like, hi, man. I say, what? Who's singing here? We're like, it's you.
That's so crazy.
We say it's you, and
you're like, you're more of a PV, darling, not lead.
yeah, we're like, it's like, we're like, we don't know this. So funny.
That is so hilarious.
Anyway, so we all sing. We had a house or home choir,
Yes.
whatever, and then Nandi Julili Boyo, my brother.
Yes.
We still are those ones where we'll be sitting like, okay. Also, my mother is a proper show off.
Yes.
Okay, my mother, when she sees an opportunity, you just say the MC go, okay, so Rami Julili Boyo, and we're like, who are those?
Yo,
My mother would have told the MC, no. We sing at people's funerals. Sometimes people that we don't even know. They call us. And then we'll grumpily go on stage and go sing this song that we like. We're just like, okay, let's just sing. Okay, let's sing.
What was the song? What was the go-to song?
We either sing Holiness or the Steadfast Love or something, even if it's a hymn, whether it's Joko Yaha or whatever, then, Julie would lead and then we'll try to get everybody. And then the days when Julie's like, you lead today. I left the last time. I'm like, no, you lead. I'll do the alto. Like, no, I'm the alto. Like, no, you sing. And then boys just like waiting there for his, because he doesn't have a choice.
He's waiting for his tenor, yes.
And then me and Julie. Eventually, then we sing. Then, if we sing the song that my mother doesn't want to hear, wait. Can they sing another one? Sing Holiness. Yeah.
So she was like,
listen.
You know why I'm laughing at that?
Yeah.
I grew up in a church home, right? And my aunt used to do that. Never what he's thinking.
Hey.
Mantsoe pulani itumele le matsatsi ba tlo bina item.
That is us. Also, doesn't have that we're PKs as well. I mean,
Yes.
we were born in church.
Yes.
We woke up and we're in church all our lives. We've been in church forever. So my mother
So
would still go like, no,
fascinating.
sing the other one. Hey, and then when we go home, she's like, yeah, one of that one. Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, there was this part, Boyo, when you came in and said, Lam bless her, man, Lam bless her. And then we keep saying, don't do it. It's literally we're only starting to win the battle now, like in our 40s. We're like, Machweni, don't try it. We are not singing. We are not performing at anybody's
That is
wedding.
hectic.
I'm telling you, my mother, what's up, blessed. And you guys.
No, we've done it all our lives. We don't have to do it anymore.
And my mother would be like, hey, you guys, the problem is that you guys, you're not afraid to let someone down. Hey, Kore, you just don't want to see me. My mother, let me tell you, my mother is gracious Mabuza. Kumucho Mujalefa. Like all these characters.
She's all of
that's
those
my
people,
mother.
really? Do you go
That's
into
my
those
mother.
characters
Yeah.
channeling her?
That's my mother, basically. Bible verses and stuff. That's my mother.
But can I tell you, with Gracious Mabuza, and you were quoting the Bible there.
Yeah, it helps you. You see, it helped.
It did feel like it's something you know.
Yes, no,
Do you know
because
what I mean?
Yes, I knew the verses. Those verses were not scripted.
There was a point where, they were not scripted.
No, they were coming from the top of my head. Because I know the Bible.
That is wild. I literally just heard you say what? Right? Because I can tell you with Gracious Mabuza, right? I could tell that a lot of this is what Rami knows. She's channeling something that she knows.
Yes.
I just didn't know how far the script was involved.
No.
And how far
no
was
Bible
channeling
verses
home.
at all. No Bible verses at all on the script.
Did you have challenges with that character? That was probably one of your most loved characters.
Yeah. Well, I still think after Kumojo. But
Kumucho was chaotic.
Kumucho was
but
chaotic.
loved as well. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Tell me let's start with Gracious, actually, now that we're here. Because we'll still talk about family. Now that we're here, tell some of the challenges that you had playing the role.
Playing Gracious. I think also because, with Gracious, because it was just the world of gangsterism and all of that. And And I had to channel a few people that I kind of know, like, yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's always that cousin. You know.
How
And
would
people
they
are-
handle something
yeah,
like this?
how would
Babu
they handle
Ayang.
something? How do they do it? You know, but Gracious was fun. Gracious was fun. What I liked,
I
and one of the
loved
things,
her.
one of the things that I actually appreciated Shona about Shona Ferguson about the character of Gracious when we had the conversation first. He just said
Alright,
to
what's
me,
happening?
he's dying.
Di sana se seo bola ore
Yeah,
what's
the Shapake pollen.
o batla shapa ke moya nyane o tswele montle. Hey man, I want to do shwela. Morning. Ke a utlwa hore this man is not okay.
Yeah, the pollen is
Do you
killing him.
need something? Because there's flowers in this house as well. Maybe
Have
that's why.
water.
Okay. You want to step outside for a bit and catch some air?
Is those roses?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there's flowers in this house. I'm sorry. Okay.
So
Sorry
with Gracious is or I was saying what I appreciated about the role was that when Shona called me about the role, she just said, point number one, she must be badass.
Okay.
Right? That's what he said. And he said, think badass, high heels all the time, dressed to the nines, makeup, nails. That was like the ne, but respectable mother, respectable in the community, but also the tsotsi of the tsotsis. Yeah. So he actually gave me that scope. And he also didn't have too many demands of, he just gave me a skeleton and said, I know you can throw meat on the thing, on the actual character. And I think that's what gave me more room to be able to play with Gracious. And that's what made her so amazing and so adorable, because I could just go anywhere and everywhere with him. And what happens is that even with the writing team, when they start writing and they see what you can bring, it starts stretching and changing the direction of the writing as well to support what we are putting on the screen. And I think that is good. For me, that's what made Gracious my favorite character.
Yeah.
She wasn't restricted and stuck. I mean, this whole thing of the Gracious one Mabuza, we were sitting on set, bored. I don't remember what we were waiting for, but something wasn't going well on set. And I was thinking, just to say Gracious Mabuza doesn't work, man. She's amazing. She's Sigom. I want a sentence. And it just came in within the script. I was like, do you know what I'm the Gracious one Mabuza. And then I would say it a couple of times. I'm like, the Gracious one Mabuza is long. Okay, then let's give it an acronym, TIGOM. And that's how TIGOM came about. Shame, but I don't even want to lie. But Gracious was definitely Shona's.
Were you aware, and maybe not just you, right, as a production, were you guys aware of how the Queen was huge?
Yeah. I watched the Queen like a viewer.
Just before you joined?
Yes, I watched it as a viewer, first of all. And you know, when you're watching, I think like, Koshatanna
was huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you see yourself,
Yeah, I would watch it and say Koshatanna. And funny enough, when that call, when I got the call, I was like, what? Really? Like yeah, we're going to season. I'm like, what? I want to do it. It was like, it was a done deal with immediate effect.
You had already seen yourself on that
I had
set,
already seen myself on the set, you know. And I think one of the things that even drove me insane about the Queen was because Patu and Gwed were head writing that. Listen, Patu Makwarela. Hi guys, Patu Shem. I don't care what we say about
Head
Patu.
off.
Yeah. Gwed is just quiet and tall and everything. Those two guys, they will
write a show.
amazing.
Yeah.
They will write a show. Bona, they will explain a glass of water in a paragraph. By the time you see that glass of water, you want to drink it because they have the words for it. They have the creativity for it. They've got the zest and they've got the passion of everything that they put in words. And what I like about them as well, the two of them, they believe in each and every product that they do. You don't have to like it, but when they believe in it, they'll make sure. And I love them so much.
There's so many moments with different characters that Gracious had, right?
Yeah.
But I think the relationship that will always stand out is of her and Brutus.
And Brutus is. But then there's also with Petronella.
There's
remember?
the Petronella relationship.
Then there's Mabatu. Then there is, she was all those different people.
Then there was the love-hate with Harriet.
Yes.
Where you
yes.
felt like someone is in danger when they're together
Yes,
because they could attack the person or they're in danger to each other. How was it playing against all those people where you just felt like, because you know what I feel like it felt like? I can only imagine. I'm not sure. It's just like from one scene to another. You just like, if we can try to beat that one.
Yeah,
You know, particularly for just for
me, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. Like just when you know when
if you
when
think
you
this
say,
is fun,
when
they
say cut and everyone goes like wow, I'm like no.
Yeah,
wait for the next scene.
Yeah,
it has always been like
felt
that.
like that.
It always felt like that, and I mean, I had so much fun. Even the relationship with the kids with Zinande, kind of goodness, and Tabang, kind of gift the son, you know. And I think one of my favorite parts is when the son died, when Gift died, and everyone all of a sudden, they're like, oh my God, we didn't know Gracious can like be depleted and just defeated like this, you know? Then the relationship with Petronella, then the relationship with
the Petronella relationship actually was.
Yeah, but let me tell you, it is so fun. Okay, two things. Brutus and Petronella, so Temsi and Temba. The best thing about working with them, they know how to pitch your energy, and they're always kind and gracious in terms of, okay, this one is more you than me. Then they go down so that they can allow you to shine in
people
that
that trust
scene.
themselves.
Yeah, they not only don't they trust themselves, but they trust themselves for you. So when you are over performing, they have the grace to underperform so that your performance can even be properly over and greater, and the other way. So people who don't just take. I like actors who don't just take and make the scenes about themselves, but they know that no, this time around, it's me listening to you. I'm supporting you in this scene, the storyline with the way it is going. So actors that are kind, that know how to play their beats, that know, okay, wait, stop, it's my time now. Oh, no, wait, now this is not my time. It's actually your time. And Temba and Temsi, they did that very well. They did that very well. Even when I improvise in the scene, they don't cops. We cops after. And they're like, you could have warned me. No, I also didn't know I was going to say that. Or sometimes Temba will say something and I'll be like, it's a serious scene and I'm dying.
Because he's going in his own direction.
But the way he's doing it, it's perfect. You don't want to mess that up because he won't do it the same way, even if given another chance. He might, but that humor at that time, you need to nail it and be supportive and have the discipline and the control to not die on set. But yes, we died a lot on The Queen. That show was hilarious.
It was. I got an opportunity to kind of see when you guys were shooting and I was on set because I was meeting a friend. And I remember just thinking, this is fun. Like, this is fun work.
Yeah.
And you know, like people always be like, oh, you know, when you come on radio, you watch people and you're like, oh, they're having so much fun. I feel like being on a set of any, especially people that are gracious with each other when they act.
Yes.
Watching them do it is it's such an exhilarating experience because you just feel like you're watching magic.
Yeah.
And you can't wait to see it on TV because you just got to see it live.
Oh, but the highest of the high so far, How to Ruin Christmas. Guys,
that was madness.
Like, no, that was madness.
That was madness.
Like, I watch, like that, How to Ruin Christmas is on my top watched shows on Netflix.
You keep going back
That's
to
how
it.
much I've watched it. I watch it like I'm not in it.
But you know why I watch... Do you know... Look at you. You know... Rami! You're a mess.
No, because, let me tell you, those people are funny. You don't understand. Desmond...
Who's very close to you on the show.
Jamut is my brother. That was so bad. Clementine. No. Charmaine Tinta. Those people, that whole team is hilarious. Everybody. Tando. Guys, you know Tando sometimes looks serious.
Yeah.
Tando is
funny.
She's
Tando
very funny. Hilarious. Yeah. Tando, and what's even worse with Tando, because you're expecting this model scene.
Yeah, it's not expected.
And then she's so ghetto. Everybody's funny. Saint, you name them. Everyone had their moments. Sunday. Like, I watch How to Ruin Christmas. I love. Oh, like, can I get back? Nandinyembe.
Yes.
But you know who was the biggest comedian of them all? Busi, guys. Man, shame, man. God bless his soul. What's up, Busi, guys?
Her energy, you could tell that it was very infectious on the sets, right? But
She
I
was
think the
crazy.
biggest thing, you know why I keep going back to How to Ruin?
Yeah.
And I always say to Tando, they have to keep doing it.
No, we
it
have
almost
to.
feels like it's holding the country together.
It is. It is. It's like
we're just waiting for it.
Listen, How to Ruin Christmas is the Malva pudding of South Africa.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like Christmas is coming or holidays are
it's
coming.
the Malva pudding
We
and
have to
the
watch it.
custard. No, definitely.
But the reason I watch it over and over again,
Yeah.
it's How to Ruin Christmas, it's the baby shower, it's all of them.
Yeah.
It's because I keep going back I feel like everyone it's almost like it's leads only.
Yes, it
And
is.
everyone's storyline is pretty strong.
Yes.
Even though the storyline is really like those two couple and it's supported by everyone else, and it was Busi and it was supported by everyone else. But it feels like you want to follow someone. I want to follow Desmond and Succulent and enjoy that today when I watch. And then next time I watch, I want to follow the story sa Mamani.
Yes.
With her sister and her brother.
Yes,
and
yes,
the
yeah.
three. Do
Do
you know what I mean? It almost feels like you want to keep watching it to give every story time to breathe and have its moments. Shooting a show like that where you feel like not only is everyone brilliant, but the storylines are so strong.
Yes.
How do you stretch it out for it to be such a great experience on the other side for a person that's viewing or that's watching?
Yeah.
But also Luena to walk away and think,
yes.
I didn't feel like someone stepped on my toes. Everyone had breathing space with their story.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Because it's too many.
I think one
big
of the
names.
best things that Brent Onion did was to get this cast. The cast is great.
Yeah.
You get leads that will know how to support each other. And everyone is comfortable in their own skin. So nobody's feeling like, I deserve 3 more lines. No, we are just all there. You don't have to say anything, just being there, because we don't stop acting, even when you're not saying anything, you know? And that's one of the things that I appreciated about How to Ruin Christmas. But the biggest bonus of the bonuses that we got is because we shot the first series when we were in isolation.
Yes.
So we had 6 weeks to live with each other. So we were all good friends before we actually started acting. So even now, we talk every day, even today. So we won the best comedy for season 3, right? And then Tando won, and then Desmond won. Desmond wasn't there, right? I took his SAFTA home. He's calling on home.
Now you must come search for it.
No. Then he's like, oh, thank you so much. I must bring you cake. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm keeping this.
You can keep the cake.
Everyone is laughing at him in the group. Because I'm thinking, I'm sure you have a SAFTA somewhere in your house. Leave this one in my house. Enough? Also, your sins were with me. So I contributed.
Actually.
So I deserve that SAFTA. So that SAFTA is sitting in my lounge. I shifted my plans and made sure I put it there. But it says, best someone else. Desmond Dube
in your house. You're part of it.
And he was, I'm not giving it to him. Not for a whole year. He's not going to find it.
How important is it to have relationships like this with people that you work with, right?
It is amazing.
Because it bleeds into your personal life. They become your people.
They are. I mean, we see each other all the time.
Yeah.
We see each other all the time. We have lunches. We have
every time I'm at Tandos, we with you because you have neighbors. You're literally next door each other.
Yes.
And that relationship has gone beyond the screen.
Completely. And it's also, and we really, really love each other. You know, it's not just because, we will, no. That is, what are you doing? Do you want to hang out? Let's do this. Well, Sunday, they all come, we have lunch at my house and all of that. And I think for me, that is How to Ruin Christmas. Besides it being the series that it was, it has given me the best gift. I mean, you should hear me and Charmaine when we talk, Clementine, and then she sends us all messages. You know, everybody is just there. And Trevor, oh God, Trevor. Trevor Gumbi.
Love him so much.
He is hilarious. He is crazy. Trevor is the craziest one in the whole thing. Then Mutlatsi, flip, I forgot Mutlatsi. Oh my God. Everyone is mad. Everyone is mad. There's no sane person there. I wish I could say Swanky's saying, no, she's not. Swanky.
So I can imagine then with people that have built like a relationship like that and a family unit like that, how the loss of Busi then becomes
that was
it's
hard.
like a shared trauma because of how close everyone was.
It was hard. It was really, really hard. And Yo, it was, yeah, it was difficult, hey? Like having to, I mean, Busi was not in the third season anyway. But now we had lost her in the season. Then we really, really lost her. That day, it was, yeah, what a mess. Yeah, no, it was a messy chapter in our lives. Yeah. We still look like that.
I
We're all like
remember
this.
because I remember the biggest thing was still, Busi's not in season 3. I think when I was with you in Tando,
Yeah.
it was just like, bummer, like,
Yeah.
but then a double loss of the person actually.
That was even the worst, like, because sometimes like, okay, maybe she's not in season 3, but okay, she'll
it's done when I'm
probably
gone, we can
be in
still hang
season
out.
4.
Yeah. Or we can still see her.
Also, don't forget, in season 3, the story was still open. It's not like she was not gonna come back. Chances are she would.
Season 4.
There are a lot of people like my nephew. He was in season 1, not in season 2. Then he was in season 3. It keeps going in and out. So, and also, How to Ruin Christmas is more like a franchise than anything. I keep saying we must outdo the Fast and Furious.
Honestly,
franchise.
let's just keep it going. I don't even think the country would be mad at that.
No, the stories are many.
Here's a character that then I was like, I had seen you act in a lot of things, but I think Komojo
was crazy.
was a nutcase.
No, she was. Komojo was like a bophelo ke sempheho reloaded. Yeah. And she
who did you have to channel for that? Because Komojo was like shocking, I think.
Komojo, in terms of Komojo was actually my aunt. My aunt, who, like the one who had the wedding. And she's actually she has passed on.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, my aunt, you think the family can sing. I mean, Judith can tell you this for free. Our aunt sang like an angel. She had the most beautiful voice ever. Everyone listens to Judith. They're like, oh my God, Judith is such an amazing singer. Judith will tell you, wait until you hear Manindovi sings. She sang, Manindovi Batom. Oh, she could sing. She sang like mad, And I also think like, okay, my other aunt Shame yena ke Mamo Ruti. Baba na wako Dutch. So yena na peace. But my mom and my aunt Manindovi, those two, I don't know how they didn't get into the showbiz. I just.
Do you know? I always say there's a lot of us.
Dramatic.
There's a lot of us, especially when you get into the industry, right? You see a lot of things that you're like, I've seen this at home growing up. Yeah. Someone should have been in this field, and they never got to realize this dream.
Also my mom was a teacher.
Yeah.
But even in her teaching, she was dramatic. When you watch TikTok and there are these teachers who are busy singing or photos in this is my mother did that.
She was always an entertainer.
She's like, my kids are not failing. We will learn a song. Moshe, what she will start singing, and then they'll sing all the answers. And when they're writing tests, they're like, oh yeah. She was dramatic like that. She is so colorful. Her walls were also with art, fine artists. She could draw, she could write well. She was never lazy.
She was always an artist that just never realized it.
Yeah.
Like
even when I'm acting, I'm like with someone like Mam Lillian Dube, or I was with Somizi's mom, God rest her soul. And we were talking, we used to do a show together. Imagine, Mam Lillian and Somizi's mom. Mam Mary.
What do you mean? Because
I will be dying.
Because also they are very playful.
Yeah.
And chaotic.
No, they're very ridiculous.
Professionals, but
and every time when I'm with them, like, Mama.
Yes.
My mom would like, and my mom loved them so much. I was like, had she been, she would have been one of, they would have been like, made a nice combo. But yeah, no, those two women.
But Komojo was more
Manindovi, yeah.
Do your family know that they are these characters? Really?
No, not really. I don't tell them. They'll find out.
That's actually, I'm channeling you there.
In the episode 12 of Moments with Mantsoe.
They're finding out now.
That's how
there's everyone in all these characters.
Definitely. And there's where I would also channel my aunt, my other aunt, my father's sister, because she was so strict. She was a nurse, a nursing sister. And she held herself in very high regard.
My aunt only nurse. I think on nursing school never this is how you behave.
Even the way she walked.
Yeah.
And I actually, I didn't realize how much of an influence my aunt, Rakgadi Julia, was on me until when eventually, oh God, when I had a house, whatever, then it was a present. Then I got a new house. Then I broke it down and renovated it. And now my house is white. Everything in my house is white. My sheets, my curtains. It's just white. Because everything is so white.
Yes.
But I realized that much later, it was actually influenced by my aunt. Her house was white. And she had like a bit of OCD, which I also have. Like, even when you're like sitting and relaxed, you're still relaxed, but be relaxed in order. You know, I don't know if it makes sense.
I hear you.
And I only realized much later, after I've done all of these things, I'm like thinking, I know a house like this. Wait, Rakgadi Julia. You know, it is crazy how much she has influenced some of the choices that I've made. And because I also used to live with her. And everybody, even her sons and her daughter, that stuff that I do. And I'd be like, oh, this is such a Jerry thing to do. Or this is such an Esau thing to do. And wow, it's crazy how we don't realize how our families influence us, even at the back of our mind. It's only when there's the particular moment, you know. It's when someone walks past and you're like, I know that perfume. Oh, that's the one Mang used to use, you know. And how would you remember how your cousin, that other cousin, how would you remember how they used to smell like? So they've had.
We don't remember how much we store in the back of our minds.
Yeah. Your heart stores and your mind stores, and your heart always stores as well. Because this people are, I just had this nostalgic feeling. No, it's not a nostalgic feeling. Is the archive going, remember this part? Yeah. You know, if you walked into someone's house, they're like, oh my God, this reminds me of. I just had nostalgia. No, it's not nostalgia. It's people that came in. Somebody came in with one brick. Others came with a ton of bricks. Someone brought cement. Someone brought pente. And they have contributed to the institution that is you. And you cannot disregard their contribution, no matter how big or how small. It is there. And you might not see it with your naked eye. It doesn't have to hit you at that moment. But there's some moments when you're sitting, minding your own business, and you go like, oh my God, I remember this one. I remember that one. I remember my great-grandmother. I remember my grandfather. And you just... One of the things why I never dye my hair, I've started graying. Hello, guys.
Love it. I'm graying as well.
Yeah, I have lots of gray. But with this gray, I remember one of the things I've decided to keep my grays because my grandfather hated graying so much. My grandfather used to dye his hair 2-3 times a week. Even when he's going out, he'll take a little toothbrush, fast, on the edges. He would do that. And it used to stress me. So I kept saying, just leave your hair. It looks perfect. It looks fine. And then as I got older, I think I'm the one with the most gray in our home. Of all the siblings, I'm the grayest ones. And my sister's like, I've got 5. I'm like, do you see I'm graying? I'm like, there's 5 of them. Yeah, but it's better than the one I had. But I have a full head of nice gray. And I only realized later that I quickly embraced my gray, but I know it's in defiance to say like...
To what you saw.
Yeah. I wanted my grandfather to enjoy his gray, and he hated it so much. He really, really didn't like it. And now when I do the opposite, it clicked on me one day. I'm like, oh, that's why. Because like, why are you not dyeing your hair? No, I'm not dyeing my hair. I love it gray. It's natural. That's how it is. I'm embracing it. Then I realized, it's because I kept on seeing.
You standing against something that you saw and you were like, why is it being done?
And he had beautiful hair. My grandfather, he would comb it back. Clean guy. Then he will do his manicure, his pedicure. Hey.
What a guy.
The cleanest of them all. That man was clean.
What a guy.
You know, he was so clean.
So now growing up such an autistic child in a family of other your siblings, of cousins, of people that are naturally, it sounds like your family, just naturally entertaining.
Yeah.
And you have to find your place.
Yeah.
But you're an actress. You're a singer. You've got a cousin who's Judith. You finding yourself as well in this family of everyone that is everything that you are, and some of them more.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Because it's one thing when you're like, oh yeah, Giti, they're intellectuals, and I was always the artist. But seeing people that never pursued it, but were naturally that.
Yeah.
And you finding your space in that. How was that experience?
I think that experience was actually quite, for us, the transition was easy. And I can tell you for free now, like for instance, Judith. Judith used to go to this school and they would make her sing at assembly. And people just wanted to hear her sing because they knew there's this girl. Oh, by the way, you think I was dark? Judith was kiwi, honey. Okay, I just remembered how black we were. And there's a picture with the two of us. We just look like...
We're just like, where?
We look like... I don't know. I don't want to say poverty. Poverty is not the word. We look like shame. Not like shame, like shame. How about you?
No, I think it's what people did, guys.
But also, remember the pictures, the photos back then, they were like...
Oh, the quality,
the quality was bad. And Judith had so much hair. And she had hair up to here. You know, when you want to like push it.
You have like a low hairline.
Yeah. You know, but thank God she grew into it.
Yeah. How is she laughing so much at these things? No, I really want to see this photo.
I have the photo. I'm not gonna put it on TV. I still love my sister. I'm not showing. We're not showing each other in
so
that
you
light.
guys, family that are talented.
Yes.
That is so dope.
And they've always known. The family have always known that, you know what, these ones, bunch of performers.
Yes.
Who understand that. And it's not like we're not intellectuals. I mean, we all went on and studied, went to university. I mean, Judith has honors in music. She's like highly educated. But we always do. We're gonna stay in entertainment, and our family is full of filled of legal people. We've got more lawyers. I think 90% of the family are legal. Yeah, it's lawyers and the others.
It's lawyers and the rest of us.
Yeah, a doctor here. Then there's the entertainment side of things. But even with all of that, when we were growing up, one of the things that they used to tell us was that we need to, going back to how we talked about creams and stuff, but we also need to touch on how tribal we used to be back then. And when you are Pedi, Tsonga, or Venda, we are always looked down upon.
It's like that one group
and
of
we are
them.
also we have Venda blood arena, you know, and yeah, you know, those are the ones with the 41 degrees up there. So of course we had to look dark. I mean, hello, but we're always taught that when you go out there into the world, a lot of people are going to look down on you first by where you come from.
That is so hectic, guys.
Ne? Serious. And it happens a lot. You know? It happens a lot. And I watched a TikTok video the other day. Yesterday, I laughed so much. Where someone is playing Nelly's song, I love you, Nelly. And then someone says, when you dated Zonga guy, and he starts nicely, I love you, Nelly. Need you, Nelly. You know, and you're like, come on, guys.
It's not us.
But I laughed so much because, funny enough, it did make sense because you know, in Tonga music, that's how it is. It's traditional like that. But you know how someone is like, yeah, that's how you know you're dating a Tonga guy. I mean, now a lot of stuff it's more in a joking manner, but back then it was very, very serious. So we're taught that when you go out into the world, people are going to judge you first by where you come from, right? And by how you look and by how you speak, right? And one of the reasons why when I grew up, I was so defined, it's not like I wouldn't speak isiZulu or Xhosa if I wanted to. I could, but I was such a preserver of my language because I'm like, you know, when you walk in and you find a Zulu person, they'll greet in Zulu. How you respond is entirely up to you. So you'll be like, hello, kunjani? Ay, ke right, wena sharp. Ke gona le kae? Oh, I nam khona. Okay. And then manje, I know Kiwon, yeah, Kiwon. I hear you, but I will not.
And because you knew that they said in the world where you're going,
they will be like, no one is willing to compromise. They will make you compromise. So, but then, and sometimes that's how it worked in our favor, especially for Tonga speaking people. That I think that the fastest tribe that managed to learn everybody's language because they were always like pressed on, pressed down, like you know.
Also, it's in as simple as people saying, Tonga's so hard, man.
I know, yeah, and it's not, yeah, but then you know, it's it's that, and then they ended up learning so many languages, and people used to make fun of people from Limpopo. When someone is ugly, they're like, "Hey, ubi filo garo lechanga." So that means anything that has to do with the Shangan people or the Tonga people, it's not pretty. So I understand. And then if someone comes with a big nose and then they speak Zulu about you know, and you're like, so we were taught when you go out there, they're going to judge you by how you look. They're going to judge you by where you come from. So what you do while they're judging on that, you excel and be above them. So even when we came to Joburg, you get a Joburg talk that now you're going to Joburg. What are you going to go do there? You dig the damn gold. You work hard. You become rich like crazy. And you become everybody's master, for lack of a better word. But you will make sure...
Because if you're not above...
you will make sure that you are always above and not beneath. So it's such a hard task, but it's a conversation that a lot of people...
And a necessary one.
It's necessary that you're going to get there. Or tomorrow, mena ibola bola, nabe ke re khante motho bako you know. So we came out here to fight, and when they see us do great things, they're like, yeah, you got the message. In Ladies Night's voice, you finally got the message. Okay. The Boys to Men song. You know, but that was it. So what is your mission when you come out? Make sure you stand out. Excel no matter what. Never compromise. But remember to be kind, to be civil, be a good person. But make sure that all the time you rise.
What is your mission now?
My mission?
After many years, we've watched you over the years on television. You're an author, you're a singer.
Yeah.
But I think also one of the people that had consistently delivered.
Yeah.
When they do something, no half-assing of anything.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's an easy industry to also do that for so long. It changes, it evolves, it finds other ways of doing things. There's younger casting directors coming in, younger productions coming in, and not even younger in terms of age, but maybe they just feel like we want something else.
Yeah.
To be in an industry for so long where you can say, I'm still a working actress.
Yeah.
How's that?
Just stay consistent. I had to pick, I'm going to stay consistent. Each job, I take it as like the new challenge, a better challenge, another opportunity to show people what I can do.
Do you want to, is there a story you still want to tell in terms of a character? We've kind of seen colorful characters from you, but is there a character that you still like?
There's so many. Well, I actually enjoyed, I don't know if you've watched S1E12. It's on, right now it's on Netflix. I play a character of Jemima. And Jemima, she's autistic. She's like, not only autistic, but also she's got mental issues. So half of the time I don't speak. I just act with my eyes. And when I speak, it's like an event. And when she speaks, she's like, I can't believe I spoke. Like, wow, nice. She is so dark and so somber. She is completely different
from everything you played.
From everything that I've played. And I enjoyed playing that so much because sometimes when you're an actor, you get saved by dialogue. But the most important thing is when there's no dialogue, then what happens in between? You still need to be convincing. I don't just go, so we went to the shop. And then you say your line, oh, yeah, I come back with my other line. Yeah.
There's a lot of acting even in silence.
There's a lot of acting in silence. But now with Jemima, there was a lot of silence.
And
less
that means all
words.
the acting is there.
All the acting had to be there. And funny enough, then I got nominated for a SAFTA for that role. Because
Well, you said no lines, basically.
no line. Yeah.
Little
I
to
said,
no lines.
Yeah. But the acting was hard. You had to like really bring it. I still had to say what needed to be said without the actual words. And it's actually very beautiful. I was so glad, like it's now on Netflix. I keep going back and I watch it. Like she doesn't even look like me. No makeup.
I'm actually gonna watch it. I don't think I've seen it.
Betty, you know, and she's just such a beautiful character. I really, really enjoyed Jemima.
We let it confuse Rami. What posters necessarily see.
That was Guyane. Oh, guys, Guyane. Manoko is another thing altogether.
Yay.
I love Manoko so much.
That character.
Yeah, Manoko. I shame.
I saw it for a bit and I was like, okay.
Yo, Manoko is hardcore. I love man. So the funny thing, I also posted this year, guys, September. Where he goes, you follow. Because you leave him for a weekend, he comes back married. We know.
I actually saw that on your TikTok.
Yeah. It's the season of the khobadi. Casualties. But what and you're gonna see his picture and he's gonna say, no. I was just quickly posing with my cousin. Yeah. And then next thing I know, my cousin was in a car accident. He was in hospital. So they wanted someone to stand in his place for his wedding. People come. So now I was thinking, everybody knows this. So the long weekend, the big weekend, the weekend Nkulu, the 22, 23, 24. That's where you say, happy anniversary, everyone.
Hey, I posted
because then I posted that thing that weekend and I say to Patu, I'm going to post this and not say anything. Because I said, I'm going to, there was a tweet before that.
Yes.
A few days before I said, I'm going to a wedding this weekend. Then nobody said anything. Then after that I said, so I went to a wedding this past weekend. Now I was in,
Yay.
What a mess.
Yay.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Yay.
I thought people would know we are joking.
But it went, you know what's funny about things like that is that it went as far as blogs picking it up and like.
I know. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Rami Chuene gets married.
Yeah. And Oratile Mohoje, one of the most stunning and young producers. Every day, every year, since that time, last year and even this year, he always says happy anniversary to me. I'm like, stop it. Stop my anniversary. Like, yeah, happy to your anniversary. Yeah.
Rami,
that was crazy.
You're such a beautiful human, right? You're a very colorful person in your personality. You're also a very warm person. I obviously personally met you through, I don't even know if it's Tando Dino anymore. But,
one of them.
Yes, but I met you through friends.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you've consistently been is just a nice person. Just a warm person. But also I've heard from people that have worked with you. Yeah. That you're also very strict when it comes to work.
Yes, no. Strict work
time,
we're gonna fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you, I don't want to say where do you learn that, because I imagine sets are very different. You get on different sets and certain levels of strictness have to come into play. Yeah. When do you know that now I have to put my foot down?
No, it's not even that. It's not like knowing it's the Bible tells us.
Yes, come on. Tikom.
Well, in Ecclesiastes, they talk about a time for everything. Yes. You know, basically that's how I put I put everything with my life. I just think you must, I expect excellence in everything. In everything. If you're going to be a good person, really, really be a good person. If you're going to be a giver, be a true giver. If you're going to be a lover, love wholeheartedly without reservations. And, what if they hurt my feelings? Yeah, but when someone hurts your feelings, it is not on you. It is on them. But you can't give half of something because you're like, what if it doesn't work? What if it... No, I do everything wholeheartedly. So even when it comes to work, the same way we can love with much enthusiasm, we can work with the same enthusiasm and the same discipline and the same principles. So I will laugh with you. We will sleep at 2:00. Come 5:30. You walk on set, you don't know your lines. We are going to have a
We've
problem.
spoken about someone not knowing lines where you lost it.
Yo!
I think we were with the person, we were out or something, and in the morning they didn't know their life.
I was like, what were you
"Naya
doing?
kai, baba."
Where were you going last
Yes.
night? Know your lines. How do you not know your lines?
Because you like, if you're gonna feed the one side of your life, make sure the
Feed-
other one is also
feed
getting
everything
fed.
equally.
I remember when you said
Yes.
that.
And worse, work is what we work so that we can enjoy
Have
a
the
better life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you mess with the work ethic, it cancels everything that you want to do. No one is going to give you work anymore. Now we'll be discussing how the debit order the bouncing. I don't want to discuss bouncing debit orders. Hey, they are bouncer, yo. Hey, they bounce those things. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the same way you're going to put effort in your makeup, in how you look. If you can't put the same effort in your work, then you completely lose my respect, because I'm like thinking, the work is what helps you to get everything else. So you never compromise on work. Even if they say your call time is 5 and we sleep at 3, you pay 5 o'clock, you better be there. Come here with your red eye, put eye drops, drink energy drinks. But when they say action, when we say action, please. No, like, please know your lines. Know your lines.
Have you lost it because someone didn't know their lines?
I lose it all the time. On Guyana right now, my first line, when someone walks in, like, hi, how are you? You're the new character. How long I know, especially if someone is there for 2 days, it's like a short cameo. Do you know your lines? That's my first question. And then what used to irritate me, like, we need to run lines. I don't run lines. They're like, no, the other actor, no. Does he know his lines? If he knows his lines.
Just color it now when we come together.
Yes, because sometimes people come and they want to practice with you. Right there. No, I know my lines. Do your bit, and then when we get on set, we're gonna put it together. Now, instead of putting nice color and making the scene beautiful, we're busy correcting. Yeah, what do you mean? I was there. Sorry, what's my line? Oh, yeah. I got it. Yeah. And now you kill the mood.
It goes back to what you were saying, how your scenes with Petronella and Oticom scenes with Petronella and with Brutus, where it felt like fun. Because everyone comes knowing their lines, and all you do is just bringing it alive.
And also read.
Yeah.
If you want to give actors a tip, what do you read? You can't be an actor that does not read. How do you learn your lines? So when you know the story, and also other actors, one of the blunders is people learn their lines. Read the story.
So
read the whole story.
The lines, yeah.
Know what's happening in Petronella's house, what's happening in Harriet's house, know what's happening in Komocho's house, know what's happening in whoever's house. So you read the story like you're reading a novel. So you don't just go look for your scenes and learn them quickly. Where is that scene coming from? And the person that's talking to you, when they react in a particular way, do you know why?
Yeah.
By the time they came to you and they're acting somber and sad, do you know why they're acting like that? So read the whole story. And even when you don't know your lines, there are times where I don't know my lines. But because I know the story, when you hit me with your line, I'm like, okay, how would Gracious respond?
This person, yes.
Then I respond. And chances are 98% of the time I'm on point. Because I know where the story is going. He came, Batli Levadula, and they spoke about how someone wrecked their car and it's going to cost 50,000 rand. So when you say, I can't believe my son wrecked my car. Oh no, that is so bad. And it's going to cost 50,000 rand. Oh, I think good. Oh, so, but I know you probably want me to give you, but I don't have it. So when you know the story, you don't need lines. Lines are a guide. And there's a reason why we've got writers. If we did not care for lines, why do you have a whole writing team?
That's getting paid to do that if you don't want to learn them.
Learn the lines, know the story, read it and fall in love with it.
Have you ever wanted to be like, you just literally, like, this whole chat just made me literally want to act. Have you ever considered, like, I don't want to say acting academy, right? But like,
yes, I have. Yes,
or coaching.
Yes.
Because I do believe there's certain people in our industry that have to take some responsibility of passing the baton.
Yeah, true.
And someone has to do it.
Yeah, I do that a lot, privately so. But it would be nice to have like a cool academy where people come in over weekends, and we just learn. I mean, I've thought about that. Like someone can actually give me the school. We can use the school over the weekend, and we do that. There's so many things that people need to learn, and sometimes people want to be in the entertainment industry. They actually think that they want to act. No, honey, your gift is camera. You're sitting on being one of the best DOPs in the country.
Oh,
but
you're
because
a great
you think
writer.
you want to be famous, you're a great writer. We've got makeup, we've got hair, we've got sound, we've got editing, we've got cameras, we've got so many. And I remember when I do some of the talks, someone's like, yeah, I actually like medicine, but I wish I could act. We do have doctors on set. We do. When we get sick, they call the medic. So you can actually hang out with all these famous people
and not be an
while
actor.
you still do what you really, really want to do.
Do you know, I like that because that's kind of like what, and I wish they still had this. YFM used to have Y Academy, right? And I went through Y Academy where it wasn't just people that wanted to be on air. In fact, when I went to Y Academy, I had just been a newsreader at UJFM.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a host.
Exactly.
But there were people that got there that wanted to be hosts and they were like, oh my gosh, I want to be in copyright.
Exactly.
I want to work in music.
Exactly.
But you all come in because you're young people. You think you all want to be Mzegezege or whoever's on air.
Hey.
And then you get there and you're like, I want to actually
at
write
that point,
news.
you're dying. That balaclava is burning your face. You're not
But I
even
guess
a
it's
proper
'cause people-
Mzegezege.
But I guess it's because people don't know.
You've got the weirdest crew. These guys have been laughing the whole. What's They're the worst. They're the worst people to. You guys are the worst people to work with.
But you see, they're great at this, and maybe you
Yes,
wanted to do
exactly
something.
that.
Maybe you shouldn't
Exactly
be on
that.
camera. You should be running the thing.
Same thing, because another thing, I didn't study drama. I studied music, right? But even with music, yes, I sing, I've got a band and all of that. But hey, I'm not a multi-platinum what. But when it comes to music and they say, okay, fine, you can become a scorer, a musical director for different films, for different movies. People think, when someone walks in and then you hear this gaga gaga, someone put that music,
did that, yeah.
and then you hear footsteps, you go, cool. Someone sat in
There's a
studio,
sound person that's
and
responsible for
somebody
that.
sat down and put those things, and we don't have enough,
Of those
especially
other
of
people.
black people doing that. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. Learn your music. Do everything that you like. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but honey,
Yes, girl.
the music on How to Ruin Christmas, how every song is linked with every scene. It's just thinking, you can't just decide to put Paradise Road when someone is getting married. You're telling people, let's go, there are better days before us. There's a skill of knowing what song, what beat, what tempo, what genre. That is amazing. Know your history of music.
You're right in saying, then you find in productions or in those rooms, particularly in a world that's opening itself up like this, you feel like, where are the young black people that should immerse themselves
exactly
in this world? You studied sound.
Exactly. You know, there's when I went to Wutselo's ballet yesterday, there's a guy that I used to work with and his wife. I used to sing with the wife, and he was in sound. And then at the end, because it was the final show, they're like, oh yeah, and let's a round of applause for our musical director and musical score, what. Mark Shade. I was like, I've known this guy for almost 28 years, and he still does that, and he's been scoring some of the biggest ballet shows that we've had in the country, in the world. They call these people to come and score music in Spain. Guys, that's us. That's where the black people need to come in. And also, we've got a rhythm. You know, even when someone is crying, the song goes nicely. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, put that one. Hey, okay, maybe not that one. I'm just
Maria Podesta.
Yeah, Maria Podesta. But it is all of that. It is all those little things that we need to do. That the opportunities are there. But
I think your academy, as we manifested, should be
that's what I want to do.
Other things that make the thing.
Exactly. So now everyone, you want to pay 5,000 rent to go to watch Beyonce. Honey, Beyonce just needs someone to hold her suitcase. You can be the suitcase holder and see Beyonce every day. That's a job. Someone's going to pay you for it. So there's so many opportunities, especially in South Africa. And we've got a lot of talented musicians here in South Africa that are always poached to go overseas, to go work on international productions. Understand? When you listen to the musicality, The Lion King, for instance, there is so much South African music there. Yes, Lebo M was there, but the choir, I know The Lion King word for word. It's my favorite movie. But when the music goes, the
rumble,
mood, the rumble. If you can remember Zone 14, who the hell was scoring Zone 14? The music on Zone 14, I've never heard Zwakala in any other way except anytime I go, dum, 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 you just see the soccer ball, and you see the soccer field, and you just remember Zone 14. And then,
yeah, that's true.
You see that?
That's true.
That is art. And guess what? We have it here in abundance. We are the only people. We are the only people. Right now, as we are all sitting here, guys, don't disappoint me. As we are all sitting here right now, if I go, Ukolo lwami ndonyuganalo,
Ukolo lwami ndonyuganalo,
ngilubambe. Did you rehearse? Exactly. Did you practice? But did you all know not go in the right key?
Yeah.
That's magic. But because we do it so effortlessly, we tend to take it for granted. Our funerals, the best. Because hey, we're the only people, even when we do our dance moves and we're waiting, everybody keeps going like, yo, guys, South Africans, when they sing, when they dance, they're like, and then we don't see it that much because it's right in our faces.
I think also another thing, right, Rami, is that, and you were right, I love that you touched on this, is that we don't tell the kids about the other parts that make the unit.
Yeah.
When you see TV, you just see what's in front of you.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
I always say to my friends, people that went to AVDA and radio, that studied radio, I'm like, that's so hectic. All I knew was that my aunt was a therapist. I wanted to be like my aunt. I went and studied psychology.
Yeah.
And then I bumped into radio.
Yeah.
I don't even think I would have had the guts to go study radio.
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated by people that move from high school to go study drama.
I know.
Right? Because I just feel like, what do you know about this thing that you want to go and study it? And I think our people don't know, or we don't know enough about what makes the thing happen.
Yeah.
And therefore, you can plug in as a kid that loves, as a kid, as a kid that was always good with the camera, and they all have phones and they're always capturing something. What your part is in creating content.
Exactly.
And just playing that part well.
South Africans,
I love that.
What even irritates me about South Africans, we are content creators, even when we are not doing nothing. Like we're just sitting there. We're just sitting there. And it looks amazing.
I think we haven't come into it.
But that's where the money is. That's where everybody comes in. They come in, they're like, oh, we saw in South Africa, they did this and this and that. And it's like, did Beyonce just steal our step? And guess what? I saw someone tweeted today, you see that part where the blue ivy comes in and they get loose. Oh, and someone actually tweeted, I can't believe this whole thing is sitting on a drum beat, and they making millions. The money that concert
I don't know
made.
what it's going to unlock,
but we have to do it. It's. I think what we need to do. I think that what Americans have gotten right. I've never seen people that are like patriotic over hot air. I'm sorry. Do you think Americans are gonna see this? But
they do watch.
Americans, but also like a cornbread, and you're like, hey, wait, cornbread.
You're right.
There's that advert where Borodo. Now it's just like cornbread. But do you know the things we cook here? Do they even know the things that we cook here? They can't even bring them to life. But because all of us do it so well, it becomes, it's basic. Our excellence is so basic that we tend to forget that it is excellent.
And it's just standard.
We just made it. Yeah. We've pitched the standard so high, effortlessly so. We are one of the most effortless nations in the world. And that is why everyone who can do what we can do, they come here, they take the little bit and they explode it and make it bigger and they make revenue of it. And then we sit here like, oh yeah, it's so nice. Anyway, it's that.
Please do this academy. Please
Well,
make it happen. Please, can we get money? Someone?
Tell Zizi to give me money.
Zizi, please, sicela imali kodwa.
Sicela imali, Zizi, darling. Sicela imali.
Rams, let's talk about this book that's really therapy for you.
Yes, it is.
In a way that I can't wait to capture, or not capture, but get into. Because, as I said earlier, brilliant storyteller.
Yeah.
Not why you needed to write it, but why I need to read it.
You need to read it because you'll definitely identify with most of it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this book is that because it's third short, what? English. It's depleted. This interview is over. It's 30 short stories.
Okay.
Right? And you can start with whichever story you feel like starting.
It's not one long
with.
story.
No, it's not one long story. And I always tell people that you must always read chapter 10 last. It's called Unlike. You must read it last.
Okay.
Or you can start with it and then move around.
Okay. Because
then you're going to laugh. You're going to go, oh no, you're going to cry. Then you come back again, it picks you up and all of that.
That's like me. That's like me every day.
Yeah. But basically, the book is, you can start it anyway.
Okay.
And you will still identify with it. And like I said, people read it in my book. Can you imagine sitting there for, I don't know how many hours, listening to my
your voice, yes. Maybe you should actually get it as an audiobook.
No, I did it as an audiobook.
Oh,
I just need to release it nicely.
Please do.
But also I was like, no man, I also want to, people who haven't heard the sound of my voice, because I think that's the power about reading. You choose your own voice, you choose your own character. That's why the first edition actually didn't have my face. But now because people know it's me, then they still put my face anyway. Which is why I was like, okay, fine, the second edition, let's put my face on it because people know it. So it is such a South African book. It is so, like, I know, I've been here before. Some of the stories be like, I feel like here you're talking about
it's me, familiar.
Yeah. It is so familiar. And it's such an easy read. Someone was saying, I remember one of the reviews, they're like, don't start it, it's unputdownable. I was like, that's a nice word, I'm going to start using it. Yeah, say my book is unputdownable. Yeah, because someone said that. But it is funny, it is hilarious. And the funny thing, like I told you, the same way that I've watched all the shows that I've been and I watched as a viewer, after writing the book, I actually had to take a break from it. And then I picked it up and I started reading it like...
Before you released it?
No. I've read it before I released it. Then even after I released it, one day I just picked it up and read it like I was just any other person who worked into a bookstore and bought a book. So I can read this book having stepped out of this. And I will still laugh at the silliness of the book like I'm not the one who wrote it.
I like that.
It is so silly.
I like that.
Yes, it is. It is very silly.
Where do we get this book? I can't wait to read it.
You can get it from my boot.
Yes, that's fine.
Get it from my boot, books.
Yes.
At ramsgaterecords.co.za.
Okay.
Can get that.
We'll put the name here.
We'll put it there.
Yeah.
Or books at blackivory.
Okay.
.co.za.
Yeah.
For a second there, I forgot. But yeah. But what I like, the success of this book has taken a complete turn for me, even the first one, because sometimes you want your book in the big bookstores and you want to say #1 bestseller.
People want the story anyway.
Yeah, but what I enjoyed about this book and the sale of the book was that people would order it for their colleagues at work, like for Women's Day. There's this year, this new edition, there's a company that ordered 100 books for their company, for Women's Month.
For the women.
Another one ordered 40, another one ordered 60, and all of it. So it has its own legs, and I just watch it run. And I don't feel the desperation of like, oh my God, if they can just put a billboard, what? No, it goes. It just goes.
It's doing its own thing.
It does its own thing.
But that's what happens when people want to know your story.
Yeah, because the story speaks for itself and it doesn't change.
It there or there.
And I think it has been, for me, it has been one of my most successful things, which is why the second book is sitting on my laptop. I'm like,
You're still reveling in this one.
Like, what if that one is not as good as this one? Yeah, and the next thing, no, but it will be different.
Listen, Christmas is coming. It's Christmas very soon.
Yeah.
I believe it's Christmas very soon. I think this is a great gift. We kiss the sun and embrace the moon. Rami Chuene's beautiful short stories. It's a memoir in a form of short stories.
Yes.
Lambs,
And
I
people
love you
already
so
they
much.
laugh at me because they're like, oh yeah, that time with the baboon. I'm like, oh.
Right? I really wish I had read it before.
Well,
But there's so many stories. Listen, everything that we haven't covered is in here.
Yes.
Which is amazing. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't read it.
Yes.
Because then, why would you need the book if you...
Yeah, because when you read the book, you're going to go back. Oh, that's the part we spoke about as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Lambs,
thank you.
You know I love you.
Yeah, I must go now. I'm tired of you guys.
Rami Chuene, before I let you go, 10-year-old Rami who was,
who just went to boarding school.
Too dark.
Yeah.
She's kind of everyone on the set is sick today. What is happening with Pope?
It's the flowers. It's the flowers.
It's the flowers. I don't know the blomo.
But the alama fake. Those fake
township smoke.
Yeah, those. Yeah, it's the fresh air is overwhelming you.
Oh man, 10-year-old Lambs in boarding school who feels out of place. She was told she's too dark. Does not feel all that beautiful all the time.
Yeah.
What would you say to her?
The 10-year-old, I think you did well. You did well. And to be quite honest, I must also give credit to my high school, the boarding school that I went to. Got there, met a bunch of amazing people who were still friends with 30, 40 years later. And amazing teachers, amazing headmaster and his wife, Peter and Elizabeth. Those people just believed in us, man. Like so crazy. Like every time when I see the different alumni and then these people, they are leading the country. They are doing the most amazing things. They're doing researches. Some of them, the people live in Russia. And they'll be like, yeah, there's a black doctor in Russia, this and this and that. And then you go look, you're like, classmate, I know this person. And then you're like, oh, everyone while they're still going like, oh, Dr. So-and-so, you can actually pick up the phone and go like, hey, when that photo they used there, I don't like it, change it, And I think it makes a very big difference when you find people who believe in you, even when they don't know or when they don't care about what might be in it for them. When they start seeing before you and they kind of see your dream and they start dreaming even bigger for you. 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in one of the restaurants with a friend of mine. And then then someone else was sitting at a different table. Then turns out that my friend knew that one. And that one I didn't know. And then that one comes over to say hello. It's like, oh no, I know you. I went to your school, but by the time I got to the school, you had left. And it's like, but you were famous before you were famous. It's like you get, when they get to the school, they're like, oh yeah, you know Rami Chuene, this and this. But then it's also because of the foundation the school laid for us. I'm not the only one. Some people, because they're not in front of the screen, but these are the people that are changing policies, fighting big courts, running big cases, changing and influencing the economy of the country. Some of them, they're politicians. And then you just go like, no wonder, man. Rasa kanti otlo in front. It's all of that. So when you are young, 10 like me, at that time, you walk into a place, you don't know anybody. And then someone says, hi, my name is Elizabeth. Who are you? I'm like, I'm Rami. Like, okay, I'm your headmistress. I'm the headmaster's wife. And then you're like, okay, that time I thought because they were white. But anyway, but there was people like, okay, there's Richard Malapa. I don't know if you know Richard Malapa, big politician. He was one of the chancellors, go UCT, or chancellors, lectures, whatever. But big name there. And he was one of our teachers. So we were the 70s kids that fell on good ground. And not only did we fall on good ground, but there was someone always willing to go pick up the bucket and come and water the seed. And when we came out so strong and so rooted and so decisive and so vision driven, that it doesn't matter where the state of the country is. We always stay consistent. And when I look back now and I look at the 10-year-old me, that's why I can always say, you did well. Because even though you're a good seed on good ground and you got watered, you still chose to grow and not be flipped by the wind left, right, and center. It's not like the wind was not there. It's not like it didn't rain. It's not like the fire did not start. But despite all of that, you still managed to stand your ground. And 40 years later, here you are, still standing. And flip, what else can shake you?
Oh, Rams. Come on. That has to be the best ending we've had in the 12 episodes. I'm just like, that's definitely where we have to wrap it up.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Lams.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
You're always such a... I like talking to you because you're always such a breath of fresh air. Because I feel like you're not overwhelmingly inspirational. You're very playful.
Oh, I can be inspirational. Hallelujah.
No, but like
Father God
the
Almighty.
way in which you do that is so candid that by the time someone walks away, they feel like, oh, wow, that moment was something more than I thought it was in the moment when it happened. And I think it's because of your bubbly and I hate the word bubbly. I can't believe I used that.
Yeah, it's clearly we must have champagne, guys, because that's the only time you're allowed to use that word.
Clearly, this is the time for us to get out of here. We have one more episode left, episode 13, and then we are done with this season. It's Moments with Mantsoe. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, I'm going to put down the website where you can go and get the website where you can order the book and all the names that you need in order for you to get this book. I'll definitely make sure it's We Kiss the Sun and Embrace the Moon from Rami Chuene. Thank you so much for joining us one more time. Bye-bye. Oh, this was so beautiful.
I can't believe I laughed so much.
You did, but you were crying. The actor Ramara. Do you cry like that?
Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing all of us in the family we have. When we laugh, we cry so much.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bad.